Okay friends, it's time to get started on replacing our left front caliper. To proceed, one of the first things you need to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. After that, we're going to remove all 5 of our 19mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now with that out of the way, we have a nice clear view of our caliper. This is what we're going to be replacing. Looking at the back side of it, you can see that it has a flex hose that leads to it. That's full of brake fluid. So I'm just going to go ahead and pinch this off. Now once you have the hose restricted, let's make our way down to the banjo bolt. That's this area here. I'm going to make sure that I have a collection bucket under here, hand and eye protection. We'll go ahead and crack this free so it's loose, close it off gently, and then we can continue on to our 2 slider bolts. Alright, that one's nice and loose. Let's grab that caliper. We're going to lift it up and put it off to the side. When you do it, make sure you don't put any pressure on your flex hose. Now at this point, we have a nice clear view of our brake pads and our springs right across here. For these, generally I like to hold in the center, and then I'm just going to pull out the little tabs along the side. We'll give these a quick inspection. You can set those aside. Go ahead and grab onto those pads. You're going to give them a little wiggle, try to pull them out of the bracket. It's a good idea to give them a quick inspection. As you can tell, ours are new. Yours may not be. They might be worn at an angle. If that's the case, it's a good idea to go ahead and replace them. With that out of the way, now we can move along to our 2 17mm caliper bracket bolts. Remove the pair. Now we can move along to removing the flex hose from the back side of the caliper. For that, I'm going to use a 14mm socket. The next thing you want to do is drain all the fluid out of your caliper and set it aside. Once that's out of the way, let's continue on to this area. Now you're going to want to pay attention to the flex hose. You can see right on it where those crush washers were hitting up against. You want to make sure it's clean and free of any debris on both sides. You have one side here. Spin it around, and then you have the other. Go ahead and wipe it down. Now it's time to pause over at the vehicle, and we're going to make our way over to a bench with our brand new caliper. We're going to start breaking this down so we can re-lubricate it. Now to do that, I'm going to come over to my slider bolts. There's 2 of them. We'll use a 14mm to remove the pair. Now we can take this part of the caliper and set it aside. The next thing we want to do is remove both of our caliper slider pins. That's these areas here. Now to remove these, typically I just grab onto the boot. I'm going to try to pull it down a little bit towards the bracket. I'm going to grab onto the slider pin, carefully twist it and pull it at the same time and remove it from the bracket itself. Now we're going to add some lubricant to this. We want to make sure that we coat the entire shaft, and we also make our way up into the groove that's closest to my fingers. Super important. Groove. When you lubricate these, it's a good idea to use high temperature caliper grease. You don't want something that's going to break down with the heat coming from the friction of the brakes. Let's do the same to the other. Once you have both of the slider pins lubricated, let's continue on with that high temperature caliper grease, and we're going to come along each of these ears. You can see on both sides of the brackets, you have the same thing. Lubricate them and then install your tins. Now for the tins, you want to make sure that you turn them around and you can find the locator tabs. Now those tabs need to fit on the inside area of the bracket where that rotor is going to be. Essentially, it's going to make sure that these tins can't move around once everything's put together. Now let's do the same on the other side. All right, at this point, the bracket looks like it's clearly lubricated. We have our tins on there, and we definitely lubricated both of our slider pins. We can set that bracket aside, and let's grab the rest of the caliper. Now we need to lubricate the caliper, and there's only 3 areas that we're going to lubricate. First, we're going to come right along the metal aspect of the piston. After we do that, we're going to come along the back side of each of these ears. The reason why we're doing that is for vibration dampening and noise reduction. Now that we have everything lubricated, let's get back over to the vehicle. Let's get our bracket in position. We'll take both of our mounting bolts, start them in. Once we have them both started, we can bottom them out and then torque each of these to 80 foot-pounds. Now it's going to be time to install our brake pads. You're going to notice that the inboard pad should have a wear indicator. Let's take that inboard pad, we're going to slide it right into position. We'll take the outboard pad, put that in position as well. Now it's going to be time to start inserting our springs. They're going to go into the holes that you can see up along the top side and the bottom side of each pad. Now when you put these in place, keep in mind they're going to be trying to force these pads outward, so you're going to have to hold them together and then go ahead and grab onto the rest of that caliper at the same time. Now we can take that caliper, we'll slide it right on over everything. Take your 2 caliper slider bolts, we'll start each of these in and then snug them up. Now we can torque each of these to 25 foot-pounds. Now let's make our way to the back side of the caliper. You have this little plug right here. We're just going to go ahead and pull that right out of there, and we'll put it into the new caliper after it's finished draining. Once you have it out of there, the next thing you want to pay attention to is in your kit came brand new banjo bolt, and you should have 2 new crush washers. Now for these, we want to just take one of our gaskets and we're going to slide it right on over it. Now we can take this and we're going to slide it through the back side of that hose. We'll take our other gasket, slide it on. That's essentially going to go in between the hose and the caliper itself. Now we can get this into position, start it in by hand, and then snug it up. All right, so right there it feels as though it bottomed out. The next thing that I always do is take it so it's pretty much level with the ground. And now I'm just going to try to snug this up a little bit more. There we are, just a quarter turn. Make sure all the gaskets are nice and crushed down, the line's in position, and it doesn't move. After that, let's go ahead and get these off of here. Now let's make our way to the bleeder screw. We're going to go ahead and take this cover out of the way. We'll open this. And now we're going to let gravity do its job. Essentially, we want gravity to pull the fluid from up top at that master cylinder under the hood all the way down through the braking system, through the flex hose, fill up this caliper, and then eventually make its way out of the bleeder screw. This might take a minute. Okay, at this point I have a steady trickle of fluid coming out of here. I can still see a little bit of air bubbles coming out, but that's okay because we still have to manually bleed the system. Let's start that process now. I'm going to close this off and get under the hood. Looking towards the driver's side, you're going to find your master cylinder. This is the area that has that brake fluid that made its way down to the caliper. We want to make sure that this is nice and full because we're going to have to bleed out any air that's in the system. Let's go ahead and open up the cover here, give it a quick glance. Now we're going to go ahead and top this off with .3 brake fluid. It's important to make sure you use the proper brake fluid. Put the cover back on. And now let's continue with our manual bleed. Let's double check, make sure we have our collection bucket underneath this area. Now it's going to be time to continue on with our manual bleed. For this, it's going to be easiest having 2 people. You want to have one person out here, they're essentially just going to open and close this and pay attention for air coming out. Other than that, it would be nice to have a second person inside the vehicle. They're going to have to pump up the brake pedal. Now when they're pumping the brake pedal, they're going to pump it 3 times slowly, holding it. On the 3rd time, they're going to let me know they're holding. I'll open this, and we're going to be watching to see how much fluid and air comes out. We need to continue this process several times until you only see fluid coming out with no air bubbles. It's very important to make sure there's 0 air in the braking system. Go ahead and pump the brakes, please. Now, as you can see, there was a lot of air in that pump, so let's go ahead and do it again. Pump the brakes. Go ahead and pump. All right, so that last one right there looked really good. I saw no air coming out of this, but I don't like to stop there. I like to double check. So we're just going to have them pump it one last time. We want to make sure that it doesn't have any air. If it does, you just want to continue, like I said. Go ahead and pump the brakes. All right, so 2 times in a row, I saw that I had only fluid coming out of this caliper. I did not even see one tiny air bubble. That tells me at this point I should be good. I can go ahead and clean this up, and then of course, reinsert my bleeder screw cover. Once you have it cleaned, you can go ahead and put your wheel back on here. We'll start all the lug nuts on, bottom them out, get the wheel safely back on the ground, then torque each lug nut to 80 foot-pounds. Torqued. Once everything's completed, let's make our way back over to that master cylinder. We're going to top it off, make sure it's up at that maximum line. Once that looks good, you want to make sure you close it off. Make sure this is nice and tight. Now after that, you just want to go ahead and take it for a road test. Make sure the brakes feel fine. Thanks for watching.